Hey everyone, it's Dr. Keys. Welcome to the Keys to Confidence podcast. I'm here with Shauna, my wonderful office manager, and we are excited to chat about all things skin, beauty, health, wellness, and to help unlock your inner confidence. If you have any questions you would like me to answer on future episodes, send us a DM on Instagram at KeysMD Cosmetic Clinic or email us at info@keysmd.ca, and I'll try to answer as many as I can on upcoming shows. If you like what you hear, don't forget to share and subscribe so that you never miss another episode and to help us grow. Now let's get started.
Welcome to Keys to Confidence. I'm Shauna. I'm sitting here with Dr. Keys. Dr. Keys, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. It was a cold drive in today, minus 18.5 in the car, but I'm a little cold, but doing well.
Yeah, it's actually so cold out today. I think they said on the radio that it was minus, or it feels like minus 22. So yeah. Very, very cold.
Yeah, we need a vacation.
We do. We are so excited for this episode as it's the first episode of 2022, and we do have a special guest joining us. We're here today to speak about winter skincare. Dr. Keys, what problems are you seeing patients coming in with their skin?
This time of the year, we typically see dry skin. It's one of the major problems as the cold air comes in and humidity decreases. Dry skin will increase and become more of a problem. So that's probably one of the most common things we're seeing these days. As well as maskne, that hasn't really stopped. It's been almost 2 years of wearing masks, so we still see patients coming in with acne and often around the jawline and where the mask actually touches the face. And then also, of course, dry hands. I get that myself. So using hand sanitizer for 2 years definitely dries out the hands as well. So it's a different time of the year for sure, and often it calls for different products to be used.
Absolutely. I was just thinking that this morning. My hands are extremely dry. Nothing that I use touches my hands. Why is skincare so important?
Well, for us being in the medical industry, I think it means something a little bit different. So for us, skincare is important because we want to delay the signs of aging as long as possible. Being in the healthcare field, that's anti-aging and the beauty industry, we want to delay that as much as possible. So if we can prolong the time it takes to get the dark spots and the rough, dull skin, and if we can maintain that youthful glow as long as possible, I think that's some of the main goals for us. As we know, as we age, the sun and hormones and stress, free radical damage, just the natural aging process in general, can contribute to all of these negative things like the dark spots and the rough, dull skin appearance. So for us, it's important to just maintain that youthful appearance as long as possible. But to the average population or the people that don't care as much, it's going to be less concerning to them taking care of their skin. However, it is important, and that's why we're here to educate as much as we can.
I also think too, like we have a lot of patients come in, they want a quick fix. They want us to do a facial, they want skin tightening, dark spots, whatever. But then they don't want to do their homework. And that's why it's so important for us to educate patients and people just on how important skincare is when you go home. That is where, like, I would say at least 80% of your overall skin health comes from. 20% maybe from coming in and having facial treatment.
Yeah, exactly. It's similar like going to the gym, right? So you can work out and that makes a difference, but it's what you do at home when you're dieting and eating that makes the biggest difference. So absolutely, taking care of your skin is super important. It's not something that happens overnight. It's a gradual process, and it's something that needs to be kept up on a daily basis, typically twice daily, morning and night, if you want to achieve the desired results.
So what's the biggest myth when it comes to skincare?
That can be a difficult question to answer, but I think one of the bigger ones is that more is better when it comes to skincare. People often want to have everything. They have hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of skincare, and they don't really know what works, and they just put it all on. When there is a reason and a time for when these products are beneficial and when they should be used. So I think that's one of the bigger ones, and something we'll touch more on with our special guest. Another is cellulite creams. Those have been shown to not be overly beneficial. However, they're quite costly and often overpromise on results. Another is the hair and nail supplements and biotin supplements. Those also haven't really been shown to be overly beneficial unless you're biotin deficient, which is extremely rare. Often these aren't worth the money that is spent on them. Another would be toothpaste as a spot treatment. This also has been shown not to really work. There used to be an ingredient in toothpaste in the past that is no longer present. So anyone that is still doing that, you're not going to get much benefit from that. And then another one is that you can't over exfoliate. We see people doing this once or twice a day, and some of these products say you can use it twice a day, but generally that's not recommended to do it as frequently as that. And I would say those are some of the more common ones that we see these days, and the ones that are usually pretty easily addressed.
Friends, do not let friends use St. Ives apricot or apricot scrub. That is the worst stuff ever. And I see people still use it, and I'm like, are you using this on your legs or are you using this on your face? And when they say their face, I am out the door. I can't even believe they still do that. Hopefully
on their face twice daily.
Uses it. Twice daily. That's so crazy.
But now they know.
Now they know. Well, let's introduce our amazing, lovely guest. She's an account representative and a project educator with Vivier. We are exclusive Vivier at our clinic here, and welcome.
Thanks, guys. I'm so excited to be here and to talk all about winter skincare.
We're excited to have you and your energy.
I was telling you before this, but I'm a huge podcast listener, and this is my first podcast, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's amazing. You and I actually haven't had much opportunity to talk. Usually when you're in the clinic, I'm busy or on the go or whatever. So it's a pleasure to have you.
So Jamison, there's so many products out there. How do you know what will work for you?
This is a really good question. And I feel like especially when you're into skincare, and if you're also in the skincare industry, you want to use every single product out there. I know when I started working at Vivier and I heard about we have so many products, I tried almost all of them. And I think that that's a big mistake that often patients make is they want to use everything all at the same time. And although, exfoliation is important and vitamin C is important and moisturizers and all of these great products are important, but I think making sure that you're not overdoing it first is the biggest thing for patients to keep in mind, because I see that all the time. I see people using, like 2 exfoliants every single day, plus, a certain serum and a retinol, and their face just looks a little bit almost raw. So I think that the first thing is, knowing it's important to use good quality skincare, but not trying to use 15 things at once, because that can overdo it a little bit. Also, not every single product is good for every single skin type, right? Like exfoliation is important, but there's different types of exfoliants. So if you're on the more sensitive side, maybe finding exfoliants that use, AHAs like lactic acid. Lactic acid is going to exfoliate the skin, but it's also going to moisturize the skin, which is really great if you have sensitive skin. Finding the right products for your skin type is so important. And that's why you really need to go into, clinics like yourselves or dermatologists, medical aesthetic clinics, to talk to you guys who are the professionals who know what products to recommend, right? That's why when you're buying, medical or pharmaceutical grade skincare, you can't find us in commercial spaces, right? You're not going to go to Shoppers Drug Mart or Walmart and find us on the shelves. And the reason for that is you really need to talk to a professional to make sure that you're getting recommended the right products for you and your skin type. And then also the right order to use them in, right? Or how to introduce them into your skincare routine.
Yeah, I think that's pretty important too. A lot of people, they read the labels and they want to jump right in and use it, as frequently as it says on the bottle, when that's not typically the case. You definitely have to work your way up, like you're saying. And overdoing it is definitely a problem. Like I was saying, more is not always better, right?
100%. And I think another tip too is starting to introduce one product at a time, right? Start
sure.
introducing a vitamin C serum into your routine. Use that for 2 weeks. See how your skin likes it, how your skin reacts to it. If you're good to go, you're seeing results, you're seeing the benefits, then you can introduce another one. I think a lot of the time people, they're like, I need to try 20 things at once. And maybe they're going through a breakout or they're going through sensitivity, and now they don't know what product is causing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's often the delayed reaction, right? So
yes,
definitely taking a week or two before starting another product is beneficial. I agree with that for sure.
And what I see often too is patients will come in and they will buy a couple products. They'll start with a couple products, but then they'll email us or call us in 2 weeks and they'll be like, my skin is terrible. It's never looked so bad in my life. What's going on? What's wrong with the products? What do you normally say to patients when that happens, Jamison?
Yeah. So especially when you're using pharmaceutical grade products like Vivier, our products have a high percentage of active ingredients in them. So the difference between that and like a commercial product is you're actually going to, get a result from pharmaceutical grade products. Like the active ingredients are what's actually targeting those skincare concerns and really helping to stimulate that biological change within the skin. So we always recommend that when you start incorporating pharmaceutical grade products, there is about probably a month to 2 months of an adjustment period, especially if you're using products like a vitamin C serum or a retinol. Those products are really going to bring up what's been hiding underneath those layers of your skin, and it's going to bring it up. So you're going to see it, but then it's going to clear and be beautiful. So you really need to make sure you're giving yourself that at least a month and committing to that product and using it for a month and giving yourself that time to adjust to that product.
Yeah, absolutely. I even if I prescribe acne treatments or Accutane or something like that, it's the same education to patients. It can get worse before it gets better. It can be 1 to 2 months before you see much or any improvement. So I think education is such a huge part of this.
Yeah. And like if you think about a product like retinol, for example, the point of retinol is it stimulates cell turnover. So it's really helping bring those cells from the deeper layers of your skin up to the surface and off. So if you think about that, it's going to bring everything that's under there up to the surface of your skin. So you're definitely within, a first few weeks to a month, you're going to see all of that stuff that's been lingering in the deeper layers of your skin come to the surface. But you really have to trust the process.
With respect to retinol and active ingredients, are these products safe and okay to use during the winter months?
100%. So I think that that's another myth that, people follow or believe is that you're not supposed to use retinols in the wintertime. You 100% can. You just want to continue. I think the biggest issue with using retinols in the wintertime is a lot of people don't think you need to wear sunscreen in the winter. That is probably the biggest myth of all. UVA rays, which are the burning or the aging rays from the sun, come through everything. They come through snow, rain, clouds. They even come through windows. So if you are using retinol during the winter, which is 100% fine and beneficial and amazing, you need to make sure that you are diligent with your sunscreen during the day.
People think I'm crazy when I tell them that I wear sunscreen every single day, but I always say to them, will you wear sunglasses during the winter months? Why are you not wearing sunscreen? It's just as sunny and the sun is just as effective in the winter.
100%. I think that, patients are more aware of like UVB rays, which are really those burning rays. So in the summer, when people are tanning, they're burning. I think that that's what patients, think the sun is doing, and that if there's no burning, there's no tanning, then the sun's not having an effect on your skin. But that's not true, right? There's UVB and there's UVA rays. Those UVB rays may be more prominent in the summertime, but those UVA rays are around all the time. Even when I'm sitting inside and I'm not going outside for the day, I'm still wearing sunscreen every single day because those UVA rays are coming through the windows, right? It's coming through everywhere. And, when we're younger, we don't really see the effects of the sun as much. But as you get older, you're 40, 50, 60, you really start to see that sun damage creep up. And it can even sometimes, result in more serious skin conditions as well. So I think if you're concerned with, skincare, aging, the health of your skin, sunscreen needs to be like the one product you make sure you're using every single day, rain, shine, snow, inside, outside, etc. I cannot preach sunscreen enough.
So why is it so important to invest in medical grade skincare over purchasing products from the drugstore?
This is such a good question. The biggest thing, we touched on this a little bit earlier, but active ingredients, right? So pharmaceutical grade skincare has a much higher percentage of active ingredients in their products. So when you're looking to target specific skincare concerns, whether that be, anti-aging, acne, rosacea, hyperpigmentation, uneven skin tone, dryness, anything like that, you really want to make sure that you're using products that have a high percentage of active ingredients, because that's what's really going to create the difference in your skin and stimulate that biological change. When you're purchasing products from, commercial grade stores, right? Those products don't have a high percentage of active ingredients because, I always use the example of our retinol. Like if someone was to go to Shoppers Drug Mart and buy a Vivier retinol on the shelf and didn't know how to use it, they weren't educated on what retinol was, they weren't educated on how to start implementing that into their skincare routine. They may go home and start using it day and night, every single day, not wear sunscreen, and completely damage their skin, right? Retinol is a phenomenal product, and retinol will create such a huge transformation in your skin, but you need to speak to a professional on how to use it, or else you could really, do the reverse, right? Or do the opposite. So, the biggest thing I think would be the percentage of active ingredients. And if you are looking to make a change in the skin, you really want to make sure that you are using, medical pharmaceutical grade products. The next thing is price. A lot of people always, they'll say to me, well, I have a vitamin C that costs me $12. Why am I going to spend $190 on a vitamin C serum? Well, one of the things to think about too is you really don't need as much of pharmaceutical grade products as you do commercial. Like when we're talking about, using our vitamin C serums, we always tell the patients, 3 to 4 drops is enough. You don't need more than that. 3 to 4 drops is more than enough. But when you're using commercial grade products, you see people like slathering their face in this product and like doing lymphatic drainage with it, right? So you're going to go through those products way faster than you are the pharmaceutical grade. And the pharmaceutical grade is actually going to make a difference in the skin, right? So if you look at it that way, I feel like pharmaceutical grade isn't even that much more expensive because you are getting the results and you're needing like 1/4 of the amount of product, right? And the commercial grade honestly is not even going to make that big of a difference in your skin anyways. So that's another reason as well. Another thing to keep in mind is commercial grade products, they're spending a lot of money on branding, celebrity endorsement, packaging, that kind of stuff. Where when you're purchasing pharmaceutical grade products, a lot of the money is going into research and formulation, right? Like all of Vivier's products, they're made and formulated in pharmaceutical labs. They're highly tested, highly regulated throughout the entire process. A lot of our ingredients are USP grade, meaning like we've gone that extra mile to get it tested by a third party to make sure that those ingredients are 99.9% pure. So you're making sure that you're getting quality in each product as opposed to not really knowing what's in that product, right? When you're buying commercial grade products. I think
There's a product that I have. Sorry,
go ahead.
Cut you off. There's a product that I'm thinking of, and everyone seems to be purchasing it right now because of the price point. And I was talking to someone the other day, and they were telling me that they purchased their retinol, and they burnt their skin. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's because again, the education, not knowing how to properly use it, everything 100%. That goes along with buying medical grade skincare.
Yeah. And when you are purchasing like pharmaceutical grade products like Vivier from a clinic, like if they walk in and they are talking to Dr. Keys or talking to Shauna, you guys have gone through the education to learn about these products, right? And to know what products are right for which skin type. So you really want to make sure that when you're buying products like this, you're speaking to professionals that understand the product, understand your skin, and know what to recommend you. That's how you're going to get the best results.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And I agree with everything you said. A lot of this stuff is just marketing and like you said, for packaging, and you really get what you pay for. So, if you're going to spend a little bit more money, typically it's going to work better. And that does apply to skincare for sure.
With TikTok being such a big thing right now, I know I spend too much time on that app. There are so many trends that come out of that as well, especially with skincare. There is one in particular that I'm thinking of, and it's called slugging. Have you heard of this before?
I have.
What do you know about slugging, Jamison?
Okay, so, slugging has obviously been a huge thing on TikTok lately. And I think it was started by, I want to say Martha Stewart, who was doing this. So basically at nighttime, what people will do is after they've applied their skincare, they'll put a layer of either Vaseline or Aquaphor on their skin. And people are claiming that this is going to help to, prevent I would say transepidermal water loss, prevent loss of moisture in the skin, and lock in all of their nighttime skincare products to protect their skin.
Do you think this actually works?
Oh my goodness. So I think, how do I answer this? Okay. So when I talk about moisturizing, right? I always ask people, do you know why we moisturize? And honestly, 9 times out of 10, people don't know why we moisturize. But the reason that we use a moisturizer is to lock in those target products. Moisturizers protect your skin from, wind pollution. They protect your skin from outside aggressors. They also lock in all of your target products. So they're locking in your vitamin C serums. They're locking in your hyaluronic acid, your retinol, your exfoliants, and they're protecting your skin and preventing transepidermal water loss. So it sounds like this slugging trend is sort of claiming the same thing, but a little bit in more of a dramatic way. Now, Vaseline, it's not the issue that I would have with this. And again, I'm not a dermatologist, so don't take what I say and run with it 100%. But I would just be worried about it not letting your skin breathe, number one. And also, if you are acne prone, right? Like this is not something that's actually going to be able to penetrate into your skin. It's going to just sit on the top of your skin and potentially clog your pores. So if this is something you're doing, I would probably first make sure that you're not acne prone, but number 2, make sure that you're really washing it off in the morning. Like this is not something that I would want, would recommend leaving this on all the time. But yeah, I would say moisturizer is going to do a similar thing to this. I would just be worried more so about clogging the pores and that it's not letting your skin breathe. That would be my concern. I don't know. What about you, Shauna? Have you ever tried it on your face?
Not my full face. I feel like that is so extreme and it gets everywhere. Like it's all over your pillow. It's all over your hair, everything. I only use it on my lips because I truly do believe Vaseline is the best lip moisturizer other than V-Stat, which is also a very good alternative. But yeah, absolutely not. I think a lot of the trends on TikTok are fun to try, but maybe they're not always best for your skin.
Yeah, like our skin's our largest organ, and by using something like Vaseline, you're not letting it breathe, right? So that would be what I'm most worried about, and then the clogging of the pores as well. So I don't know. I guess it's fun to try, but I just don't think. I don't know.
I should stop slugging. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know. Is it working for you?
like you should see my sheets. They're covered in oil. They're super easy.
I can totally picture that for Dr. Hayes. He's just at home with a pound of Vaseline.
Oh yeah, I'm just a sticky mess.
Yeah,
it's definitely occlusive, right? So it is, it will lock things in there. I wouldn't use it over retinol. So a lot of people use retinol at night. So that's not something I'd typically do. It's 100% petroleum jelly, where Aquaphor is about 41%. So I think if I was going to do it, which I actually don't do this, but if I was, I would probably use Aquaphor over Vaseline just for that reason alone, because you still do want water and you still want oxygen and you still want some passage through that occlusive layer. So that's probably what I would do personally, but I have not jumped on this trend, that's for sure.
During the winter months, I find that we all kind of go towards one product that is our holy grail that we use every single night because it works best for our skin. What is your go-to product, Jamison?
For the winter time specifically?
For the winter time
in the evening?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so Dermavie, 100%. At the beginning of this, I think Dr. Keys, you mentioned Mask Me. Mask Me has been a huge thing right now, especially we're all wearing these masks every time we go outside, we're talking in them, there's bacteria and humidity building up. And that's resulting in, anywhere from acne to dermatitis to rosacea, sensitivity, dryness. So DermaV is a Vivier product. And basically there's 5 ingredients in there really working to help repair the skin as you sleep. But that main ingredient that's, making the biggest difference, and I think what makes this product so different than others on the market, is the prebiotics. So we take prebiotics to, feed the good bacteria in our gut. Similar to the skin, by applying prebiotics to the skin, you're feeding the good bacteria in your skin to balance your skin microbiome. So it's really helping to repair your skin as you sleep and make sure that your microbiome is strong and balanced and beautiful. So I would definitely recommend DermaV. I've also had, a coworker of mine and lots of clinics that I've been to tell me that, if they have a patient or themselves who are so sensitive that they can't even use a product like retinol or use a product like, AHAs or BHAs or any sort of exfoliant because their skin is just too sensitive, using DermaV for 4 to 5 weeks every single night will really help to strengthen their skin barrier, where they can actually start to incorporate those exfoliants into their routine. So I highly encourage, if you have not tried DermaV, try it. I personally use it for acne. I'm acne prone. I've been, maskne has definitely been something that I've been trying to cure and help. So DermaV is something that I use for that, but it really can be used for anyone who's looking to strengthen their skin barrier. So definitely DermaV.
It also smells amazing. I think that's my favorite scent of the Vivier line is the DermaV.
Yeah, it smells so fresh. And also, side note, I have really dry hands in the wintertime. So I've been using DermaV as the most expensive hand cream ever. But it works. I'm usually cracking and bleeding. My hands are usually a mess in the wintertime, but I've been using my DermaV daily and my hands have been really great. So, if you struggle,
I'll have to try that tonight. My hands are cracking and bleeding currently. So
yeah. So when you put it on your face at night, when you're applying it to your face, just put it on your hands as well.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Let me know how it works.
Dr. Keys, what's your go-to product in the winter?
My go-to, my extravagant skincare line that I have and use at home, I think it would probably just be a good moisturizer. As exciting as that is, I have pretty dry skin overall, and I have more problem areas more around my mouth. So just keeping hydrated. And I also put in the Ultimage hyaluronic acid in that as well. So I mix them together and apply them. It just goes on a little smoother, and I feel like it works a little better for my skin. So nothing too crazy, but and retinoid. I mean, I think that's the staple for any skincare line or routine.
Amazing.
Shauna, what about you?
Honestly, my go-to is the CR creme. I could be saying that wrong.
Peptide CR creme.
Yes, it's so good, and it has the retinol in it. I find that it's extremely thick. I only use it in the winter because it is very thick, but I find it very moisturizing, especially if I am using retinol. Well, thank you, Jamison, for joining us today. That was amazing, and I have personally learned so much from this podcast. Where can people find out more about Vivier products?
We can go directly onto our website, vivierskin.com, but head into Dr. Keys' clinic. You guys are so educated on this stuff, and I know how much you guys are always wanting to learn about it. So I would definitely recommend just reaching right out to you. And you guys are really active on Instagram, so DMing Dr. Keys on Instagram or just heading into the clinic to see you guys in person.
And Dr. Keys, there's a lot of different skincare treatments that the clinic offers here. I think the best way that people should start would be coming in for a consultation.
Yeah, absolutely. We do virtual consults. We do in-person consults as well, of course. We do offer personalized skincare packages and guidance. And then we also have several different procedures and different devices that can treat several different skincare concerns. So we're pretty much a one-stop shop and can help whatever your concerns would be.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. You definitely should check out our website, keysmd.ca, as well as follow us on social media, Keys MD Cosmetic Clinic. Thank you for listening and have a great day.
If you like what you hear, don't forget to share and subscribe so that you never miss another episode and to help us grow.